right, hi guys. It's me, Queen, and I have Mai here with me. Please say hi.
I'm
And we just finished our Men Why series, and we thought before we start a new series, we should do like a light episode. And we're doing it on food, specifically Vietnamese food because we love food and we are Vietnamese. And we feel like, we are qualified to talk about this. Like we're born here, we stay in Vietnamese like for the most part for a really long time until well, Mai has always been in Vietnam, has never left, I don't think. Have you ever
I
left?
don't think so. No, I've never stepped like one step out of Vietnam. Like that's how patriotic I am.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so yeah, we're gonna talk about Vietnamese food because we are very passionate about food, especially Vietnamese food.
Yeah.
And to see Vietnamese food being misrepresented and done horribly wrong
Right.
is like it's killing us.
Yeah.
And I feel like we need to clear this up. We need to do an episode on this. Um like why people like do Vietnamese food such a disfavor like that.
Right.
So yeah, that's what we're doing this episode. And also keep in mind that we are vegan, so take that with a grain of salt. Um yeah, I haven't had like real pho for like I don't know 5 years.
Right, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
like it doesn't really matter because we've had it for like 16 years of our lives. And
right.
we have the firsthand experience. We got that. We got that down. And like I mean, I have lived in America for 5 years. Well, there was a break in between, but we're not going to talk about that. Let's say it's been 5 years, and things are done horribly wrong here sometimes, and things are also done terribly wrong in Vietnam too. And it's
Yeah.
always got some weird foreign company bringing something weird and want to capitalize on us Vietnamese by making like like odd pairing, a fusion that should not be made.
Yeah, like I can imagine that.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't think like it's really aimed at a Vietnamese audience, Vietnamese clientele, mostly at foreign clientele. Um, just so weird. Like if you are in Vietnam, like why don't you eat food by Vietnamese people that are authentic, you know?
Yeah. There was
Do you have like some example for this?
yeah, we have like the banh mi pizza a couple years ago. I saw it. Um, I can't remember which company that was. I remember they have like a green logo. So there you go. So there was a banh mi pizza. So
Hunt them down.
the pizza, and they put like the deli meats and pate and like mayo and pickle and cilantro. Um, that and they with cheese on top and they put it in the oven. So that's a pizza for you. And like it's kind of disgusting because cheese and like deli meats with pate and stuff, that's does not go. They don't go together. And you have the option to have your crust stuffed with cheese. So I don't know. No, I don't hate cheese. I like cheese. But Vietnamese food and cheese, I don't think usually would go together. Like they're not a good match. And then
Yeah, not just cheese, but like any kind of dairy product. I don't think we use a lot of cheese or milk in Vietnamese food. Like
yeah,
maybe sometimes eggs, but for the most part, it's no cheese, no milk.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. And there was like a tipka or gekha pizza. I think it was done by Pizza Hut a couple years ago, and now it died, thank God. But it's basically a pizza, and they put tikka, which is a braised meat, and with like eggs, hard boiled eggs on top, and
Ew.
with like a crust that is not like a regular crust, but it was mozzarella sticks. So that's
Ew. Oh my God. Like if you eat that, I think you're gonna die. I think you're not gonna be reincarnated into
yeah.
a next life.
I
You're
think you
not.
should be deported from Vietnam if you think that was good.
Yeah, like if I ate that, like, people gonna take my Vietnamese citizenship and they're gonna rip it right off in
Yeah,
front of me.
yeah. That's it's not okay. And like here I see there's a banh mi burger because like I don't know how that makes sense to them, but it's basically like a burger bun, and they put pate and butter on, and they made a patty made out of pork and beef together. And there's like lemongrass and fish sauce, and they grill it and put like cheese on top, and they just put it in the bun, so with the pickles and the cilantro, and call it a burger, which I don't know how I feel about it. Like it kind of makes sense because the banh mi is a sandwich, and a burger is also a sandwich. So
Right.
you just put it in different shape, I guess. But I don't know how I feel about the patty and the cheese because
Oh,
lemongrass.
this cheese.
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know about that, but like I think it might work. Yeah, I think it might work. Like I think it's fine. Like I think there are like obviously when you take a food, a dish from a different culture into your country, there's definitely gonna be a bit of fusion. There's definitely gonna be a bit of change in
hmm,
there. Like for
yeah,
example, we have like Vietnamese doner kebab, which is like it's very different from the real thing.
mhm,
Um, but I
right.
think it tastes fine. Like
I
it's
think it's
like
good.
nobody is there to claim that this is the authentic
Right.
doner kebab, right?
Yeah.
But with yeah, so I think that's fine.
Hmm.
As long as it's not like sacrilegious in terms of like
Yeah.
food combo. Like
Hmm.
I think like for example like I think the um bánh mì hamburger, I think that's fine. Like I think it's gonna taste good.
Yeah.
But like the um thịt kho pizza, did you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza that causes pizza or something like that. I don't think it just seems really gross to me. It just seems really gross to me.
Yeah.
And
It
I just cannot
sounds gross.
imagine
I
that.
don't know why people really had to go there. Like pizza is good on its own. You don't need to reinvent the wheel or anything.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. The banh mi burger would probably not be too bad, but I wouldn't order it myself. Like even if I
yeah.
went, like I wouldn't order that because I would prefer a banh mi, like a real one over that.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
I feel like burger is a bit messy.
yeah, yeah,
Because when you eat it, like the sauce really drip out,
yeah,
and you have to have like you have to work your like jawline
yeah.
to like eat a burger. But
Hmm.
not a banh mi is very petite and it's like very neat. I don't know. I really like banh mi. I think it's convenient.
Yeah, it's lighter too.
Yeah, you can like walk down the street and eat a banh mi,
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
cannot walk and eat a burger.
Oh, you'll be
Well,
surprised.
like
You'll be
theoretically,
surprised.
like
People do that here.
theoretically, you can do that, but like, it's very messy.
Yeah, some people do that. People can drive and eat a
Oh
burger.
my god,
That's
why? Why would you do that? Like,
Well, it happens. I think it's a normal thing here. Same thing with like banh mi. I see my aunt do that. I guess it's because people are
Well, I
busy.
think like I think banh mi is fine because like banh mi is like very neat and it's really easy to eat
Mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna drip, right? There's not enough sauce to be
Yeah,
messy.
that's
I
true.
think it's more acceptable, but a
But
burger
it's
is
more
like
crumbly. Like when you eat banh mi, there's after you eat your whole
yeah,
shirt has like
yeah, but
all
like
of the crumbs.
you're walking down the street, like no one cares. Like
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes more sense. Yeah. Well, I've never
it's
been
just me.
a burger fan anyways. I think burgers are kind of overrated. I don't know if that's a hot take. Um,
I don't
but
think so because like burger in Vietnam is not people don't eat it a lot. People don't find it interesting. It's just burger,
I do
if you
think
know what I
people
mean.
like them. I do think people like burgers. Maybe
Like
it's
maybe
us.
kids, I
Maybe
know.
it's us. But burger are not super popular in Vietnam because we already have banh mi, which is like I think it's better.
Yeah,
Um,
it's like superior.
yeah, and it's cheaper too.
Burger is expensive. Like of course we have like the Vietnamese version of burger.
Yeah,
Um
yeah, which is
and it's
nothing like a regular burger you would find in America.
yeah, and I think the Vietnamese version is like way cheaper. But
Yeah.
if you want like a burger, like a American burger of some sort, you need to go to like a fast food chain, like McDonald's or KFC or something like that, and
Uh-huh.
get it. And usually it's quite expensive um, in comparison with the banh mi or Vietnamese burger.
Yeah.
Um,
Which is it's kind of funny because like fast food chains here, like the burgers are pretty trashy and it's people consider it as like super cheap food, but in Vietnam people think of it as something
a
like
treat.
yeah, a treat, almost a novelty, if I will. But like yeah, it's more special than something you would get at the street vendors.
Mm.
But on the YouTube realm though, Vietnamese food and like popular American YouTube channels are represented very, I wouldn't say it's like completely wrong, but like it's troubles me to see it. It's kind of crooked. Like the representation isn't proper.
Mhm. I do understand what um you just described. I think a lot of the time Vietnamese food in foreign countries are not represented by Vietnamese people. Especially what I can only say for maybe America or Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually if you watch like the most popular um, videos about the Vietnamese cuisines or Vietnamese food on YouTube is usually done by what we say Việt, so Vietnamese born Americans or Vietnamese born Canadians, etc. Basically like foreign people, um, people from foreign country, but had um, Vietnamese origin, they say. Um, and obviously, they can identify as Vietnamese, and I think it's completely valid. But I think when you are a Vietnamese, like your experience and your culture is definitely very different from Vietnamese people, that of Vietnamese people in Vietnam. And when you represent Vietnamese food, people are not going to think, oh, this is Vietnamese food done by um, um, let's say American an American, right?
Yeah.
People going to say
This
people going to think
people would think it's authentic.
yes, and usually it's done without any disclaimer, any
Yeah.
grain of salt taken at all. So what happens is that usually they can misrepresent Vietnamese food from Vietnam. And I'm not saying that, to start any controversy, but I think if you want to really know Vietnamese food, you should watch Vietnamese people from Vietnam who, who have eaten Vietnamese food for their entire life and know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Not okay. So that said, I don't think VQ people representing Vietnamese food is bad. Like, I don't think that is the case. I think it is really good as long as you do the research.
Yeah, I think
or as long as you have like the disclaimer, like this is the Vietnamese food that I know. It might not. I'm not a Vietnamese person from Vietnam.
Yeah.
I learned from my mom and my family or something like that, and I think it will be much appreciated.
Right. Yeah, I think so too. I think representation is very important, and I'm glad that there's a growing representation of Vietnamese food or just Asian food in general in like more popular media. But yeah, I do think that a lot of the time it's like an education kind of video. Like people are like, oh, this is Vietnamese food, like get to know Vietnamese food, and they would do like all of these like kind of I don't know, like I don't know where do they get that information from, and they try to make it like this is how it's done in Vietnam, and it's not. And can we talk about the Maggie sauce? Like what is that? Like why there's a popular banh mi video on YouTube. We would probably link it down below. And you will see like people like the Maggie sauce is like the most important thing that makes the banh mi. And I'm like, what is that thing? And and people to make banh mi, you need that Maggie sauce. And I'm telling you, nobody cares about that Maggie sauce in Vietnam. It's not a thing. Most vendors in Vietnam don't even use Maggi because it's more expensive compared to the other brands of soy sauce we have here. I do think it's a little bit different from the regular soy sauce we usually get in the store in America. It's a bit sweeter, but it's not that big of a difference. It just
I don't think like it's like essential, I don't think it's as a big deal as they make it to be.
Yeah.
And like it's so unnecessary, like because like people want to know Vietnamese food. Like why are you making a big fuss about like some like obscure ingredients that nobody used? And I'm saying this, but with some I don't know how to say that, but like some grain of salt. Like I think maybe that was what these Vietnamese people used to have or were familiar with, because they are from a different generation, and maybe they from they that's how bánh mì was done before 75. I don't know, maybe, but it's not really the reality of Vietnam right now anymore. Like we don't use that. It's not like super essential anymore. Like I've never like I've shown this video to a lot of people and nobody know like where this comes from.
Yeah,
because it's just soy sauce. It's just soy sauce. It doesn't really make a big difference. Like the thing that really makes bánh mì is bánh mì.
It's the bread. I think it's also the bread and like the whole condiments, the pate.
Exactly. It's like, so bánh mì is like a really big word, like really big world, right? I
Yeah.
think it's kind of like pasta. I like, to me, when you say bánh mì, it's like you say pasta. Like, I don't know what you're really talking about. It's an umbrella term, let's say.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I have in mind the bánh mì thật. Bánh mì
Right.
thật is the literally bánh mì with meat, like meat bánh mì.
Yeah.
And it's the classic bánh mì with cold cuts and pate and stuff that you are probably more familiar with.
Yeah.
But there are so many, so many kinds of bánh mì in Vietnam. You have bánh mì nướng, you have bánh mì xíu mại, bánh mì bì, bánh
Right.
mì
Bánh mì
gà
phao.
xé, bánh mì phá lấu, bánh mì. I can just go on.
Right. Yeah.
So, and there are like so many ways to enjoy bánh mì. So you have bánh mì, you know, eaten as a sandwich, but there are also bánh mìs that you would tear it apart and you dip it. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
For example, you have bánh mì chảo or bánh mì xíu mại,
Right.
mì bò kho, right? So like,
Yeah.
and it's very, so bánh mì is a very vast term. It's a really big term, and very diverse. So to narrow bánh mì down to one single ingredient,
Yeah.
is very hard.
Yeah.
And especially, and not with, definitely not with that Maggie sauce.
Yeah.
I don't think that's what made bánh mì at all. I wouldn't notice a difference.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I will, but not.
Like, I wouldn't
would not
really
bother me
care that much. I wouldn't be mad at it if people don't use Maggie, because I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad if people forgot to add soy sauce to it, because I think a lot of time it's unnecessary. If it's like already too salty, like you wouldn't add soy sauce to it.
Right.
But that's just my take. So yeah, like I think it's, oftentimes people can like exaggerate things, people can misrepresent things, and I don't think it's necessarily bad, but definitely not good.
Yeah.
I don't like, because like obviously it, like it, in a way, it is their version of bánh mì.
Yeah.
So bánh mì, like honestly for me, like bánh mì is like, okay, so this is just my opinion, but I think bánh mì to Vietnamese people is like the Statue of Liberty to the American people. It's like you can like do whatever. Bánh mì is like really the epitome of liberty and freedom.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean that you can do whatever you want with it. Like you have a lot of freedom, you have a lot of liberty to experiment, to experiment with bánh mì, but not every combo is acceptable, and not every combo is regarded as Vietnamese.
I think we can all agree that like no dairy, no cheese in the banh mi.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Unless you are like one of those babies who eat like bánh mì with like cheese with
the laughing cow cheese.
Yeah, the laughing cow. It's so weird.
Well, that's not terrible. It's not like really like cheese.
It's not it's not really bánh mì
right. It's like super processed cheese. So I don't know what it is. I never liked it.
I have no idea what it is. But Yeah, let's just skip that. Like I don't really count that. Like that doesn't count. Um, but like that is just a root family thing. Like no cheese in
Yeah.
bánh mì,
No
like
cheese.
or in like any Vietnamese dish at all.
Yeah.
I don't think Vietnamese cuisine and cheese really go together.
Right. Because like traditionally we didn't have much dairy. So the food that was made then was not designed to be have with dairy, with cheese. So obviously,
Right. Like maybe eggs. Like
yeah.
sometimes we have eggs, but
Yeah.
not milk or
Yeah.
dairy.
Yeah. So like just because we have access to cheese now, it doesn't mean we should put it on because like it's not designed to be have with cheese.
Right. And I think it's a very odd combination because like cheese, like you have to melt it,
Yeah.
but like bánh mì is supposed to be crunchy and flaky.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't hate cheese. I like cheese before I was vegan. I don't really like vegan cheese, but regular cheese I liked it. I remember liking it. Um, I do think the idea of like, oh, cheese make everything better is kind of like a Western kind of thing, not really. And
Yeah.
think it would fit in my Vietnamese book. So that there you go. Like, and I think, well, when I'm here, I see a lot of the time people associate certain flavors or certain ingredients with Vietnamese food, and they would just like put it on random stuff and call it Vietnamese food. Like they put cilantro on pho, which is not acceptable, I think. Like that is not acceptable. It's not a good
Um,
pairing.
okay, let's take one step back, you know, and I'm gonna give my perspective. I think pho,
Mm-hmm.
I I I've never put cilantro in my pho.
Right.
Um, just because like nobody does that.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so I think it's acceptable if it's chicken, which I absolutely
Right.
hate. But
Nobody
yeah,
cares about
chicken pho
chicken
is
pho.
it's I just don't like it. Like it's not the same level
Yeah.
of like the real pho to me.
Yeah.
Um,
Chicken pho is an imposter. Okay.
yeah, like that's not pho. That's
Yeah.
basically chicken soup
Yeah.
with pho noodles.
Yeah.
Um, and so I think if you have chicken and cilantro, I think that's not that bad. I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Have like southern style pho, and if
Right.
you have beef, why do you put cilantro in it? Because like beef and cilantro can you name me like a Vietnamese dish where you have beef and cilantro in the same dish?
Yeah, I don't think so. I
I don't
don't.
think we have one. I don't think we have one.
Yeah, we do scallion or green onions on pho,
Yes, so
and that's
usually if you eat beef, it's usually paired with um onion,
Yeah,
either onion or ram.
right.
Like you need something a bit spicy to make beef more interesting, I guess. Um, and um, and usually it's onion. So
Yeah.
in pho, you have um a little bit of like very thinly sliced white onion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good, right? But not cilantro.
Not cilantro.
Uh,
I'll be honest, though, I never like the onions in pho. I leave it there. I don't eat it,
mhm.
but I don't ask them to leave it out. Maybe it's not a good thing to do considering like the food waste standpoint. But I like the flavor of the onions, but I don't like to eat the onions.
Okay. No, but I understand that
You
because
know?
like that to me is understandable, but
Mm-hmm.
cilantro is not. Like I don't know why. I don't know why, but that's just how it is to me. I
Uh-huh.
think cilantro really belongs in pho.
Mhm.
So if you have like certain style of pho, there are a few herbs that you would have. So you have Thai basil
Mhm.
and ngai. I don't know what it is in
That's what I
English.
think it's a Vietnamese herbs. So I don't think there's an
Like
English.
Vietnamese coriander or something. I don't remember what it is. But it's called ngai, and it's
Mhm.
like for me that is a must-have. Um, yeah,
Mhm.
and then you have like other herbs, but like those two, I think are the most important. Um,
Yeah.
and it's it really bothered them. It bothers me a bit when people don't know that, right? Because like
Yeah.
a lot of people, um, they know pho and they
Right.
have access to it, but nobody has ever taught them how to enjoy pho,
Yeah.
right? So they don't know how to order it. They don't know how like
And
what
like
drinks they
I
can pair with pho. They also don't know what herbs they can pair with pho. They don't know how to eat it like properly. So yeah,
I mean, like we might come across as like snobbies, as like, oh my God, you gotta eat it this way. Like you eat it whatever you want. Like do you, whatever. But like don't put cilantro on it, please. Thank you very much. And if you
okay.
don't like the herbs with the pho, that's fine too. Like the broth is good, the beef is good. So yeah, like fair. Just don't do like cilantro. I think it's honestly, I don't like cilantro that much. It's whatever for me. I don't hate it. Some people think it tastes like soup. I kind of get it. Yeah. Not a big fan of cilantro, so don't put it on my pho. And yeah,
I think cilantro is great, but
mm,
not in pho.
yeah,
That's just my opinion. I'm
mm.
not bullying you. Um,
Yeah,
okay.
it's fine. You don't need to eat it the proper way because there isn't a proper way. You eat it however you want.
But like I think it's important for people when they learn about pho to know like the authentic way,
Yeah, yeah.
because yeah, I just think it's better to represent the culture
Hmm.
as exactly as we could.
Right.
Um, so I think people should know um at least like how Vietnamese people actually eat it, enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But it's not really the case um in outside of Vietnam because we don't have a lot of Vietnamese people walking around, teaching people how to eat pho or
Yeah.
something like that. Because most of the time it's very um it's something that is in your blood, right? That you don't think about
But
it.
you're just
Like, I
born.
don't think about it. Like,
Like
I don't think about like, adding herbs in my pho. Like that's just what I do. Like
yeah.
and there are rules about ordering, about drinks that you can or cannot pair with pho, about like what you do, um, maybe like prepare the sauce, something
Hmm.
like that. That
Hmm.
only Vietnamese people know, but they themselves don't think about those as rules. It's just very intuitive for them. And oftentimes they don't think it's something that they need to explain
Yeah,
because like it's so like it's in front of you. Like what do you do? Like you have herbs, like put herbs in your food. Like that's supposed to
yeah.
be evident, right?
Mhm.
Um,
I get where you're coming from. Yeah, I see. I agree. I think like I don't want to be like the Vietnamese police, like, oh my God, you gotta do this the right way. I think yeah, it would be nice to show people what's the authentic way it should be eaten. But if they don't like the traditional way and they want to do it their way, like then you do you. Like I'm not here to tell you how to eat.
right.
Uh yeah. So there you go. That's the pho. Uh, Lemongrass is also a very, I think, like one of the most popular ingredients and flavor that people associate with Vietnamese food.
So lemongrass, nước mắm,
Yeah.
cilantro, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that uh I'm not a big fan of lemongrass personally. I don't hate it. It's good in bún bò.
Right.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I think lemongrass is great. Lemongrass is amazing.
right. I do
Like,
like lemongrass, but like in specific dish, not like you just put it in everything and call it a day.
right.
It has to be
And
specific
it's
because the flavor profile is very unique and it's spicy. So I don't think it's smart to just put it in everything and call it Vietnamese food. It has to be like
mhm,
specific pairings or a specific dish that was made
yeah.
to have that kind of flavor.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And usually, like something, I don't know like if people are aware of this, but you would never find lemongrass and cilantro in the same dish,
Oh yeah.
Vietnamese dish.
Yeah. It's too spicy for both of them to be in the
It's
same
too
dish.
different. It's too
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Like maybe okay, so maybe like I don't know, like maybe in maybe if you use lemongrass in the bún bò broth,
Hmm.
maybe like I would not get mad about bit of cilantro
Yeah.
on top of the bún bò, but
Hmm.
I don't think bún bò you should. I don't think we. I don't know. Like I've maybe just a little bit is fine. A little bit of cilantro in bún bò is fine,
Yeah.
but I prefer not. I prefer just rau ram,
Hmm.
rau mu, um, and like other herbs. Like
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. True. Fish sauce, I think like before I was vegan, I liked fish sauce a lot. I just eat it with like rice and like a fried egg, uh, and like with like some kind of vegetables and call it a day. I do think it's really good. Uh, and it is kind of true that we put fish sauce in everything, but not
Yeah,
everything. But sometimes it's not everything, you know? Like there's a time and place for fish sauce and there's a time and place to not put it in.
right. It really surprised me when people put the fish sauce in some like broth or um
Yeah. Yeah.
stock because like usually if you have to put fish sauce into a broth, you do it at the very last stage. You don't do it like right away in
Yeah.
right
Agree.
because that would the fish sauce flavor would um deteriorate if you cook it too long. It would
Mm-hmm.
turn a bit sour.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so like okay, so maybe for um endure you can do that because like it's already sour, so
Mm-hmm.
like nobody would like notice that. But like for pho,
I don't think people put like fish
no.
sauce in pho.
Yeah, but like I've seen like one recipe
Oh, I get
where
it.
people put
I get what you
fish
mean.
sauce in pho,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know if Vietnamese people do that in Vietnam. I
I
think
think
they
we
do.
put
I think they do.
but
I
like
think they do.
usually it's like at the very last stage or
Yeah,
like
and
when
you
they
should
taste
not.
something and it's not salty enough, they would put a little bit of
Yes,
fish sauce on top.
yes, absolutely. But like you should not be able to taste the fish sauce in the
Right.
broth
Yeah,
by
yeah.
itself.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. There you go. And another thing I wanted to talk about is names. So the dishes names
Right.
are
It
translated
is so
into
weird.
yeah.
It's so weird. Like, cause like okay, so for example, you have bánh mì sandwich, right? I think that can be Like that's fine. Okay. I
Uh,
think
I
the
will.
best would be just bánh mì.
Mhm.
But if you call it bánh mì sandwich, I would accept that. It's
Yeah.
fine. But
I
don't
would.
call it Vietnamese sandwich. Well,
Yeah.
you know what, like Vietnamese sandwich, okay, that's fine. You know, I accept that because
Mhm.
like I can see the resemblance, like I can see like the concepts like similar.
Yeah.
But
If you only
the
have
thing that
one
really
sandwich.
bothers me is the thing that really bothers me is when people call bánh tráng nướng Vietnamese pizza.
Right. It
Like
is
it has
nothing
nothing to
like
do
a
with pizza.
yeah. Okay, maybe it looks round, but that's it. That's the
That's
only
the
thing.
only thing that it has in common.
Yeah. So if you don't know what bánh tráng nướng is, you are missing out. But it is
It's
basically
grilled
yeah, it's
rice
crispy
paper.
grilled rice paper with like a bunch of toppings on top. It's really good. There's like
Yeah,
eggs cooked directly on the grill, like on the rice paper on the grill, and there's
yeah, perfect for a cold night.
yeah, there's pork, dry shrimp sometimes, or most
Mhm.
of the time. Yeah, I think so. Most of the time,
Yeah,
scallion.
and it's like really simple, right?
Yeah,
And it's not supposed to be very expensive. It's only about 10K or so, 10,
mhm. It's not even
yeah,
a dollar.
and
Like
15. Yeah.
it's
Um,
50 cents.
and like when people call it Vietnamese pizza, I just don't understand
Yeah,
like where that comes from because like it's not pizza.
it's not.
It doesn't have dough. It
Hmm.
doesn't have tomatoes. It doesn't have olive oil. It doesn't have like, anything that you have on a
Right.
pizza.
Yeah, it's just round, and it's not. Oh my God, it's so far away from pizza.
Yeah, and it's like yeah, like, and usually you don't even eat a bánh tráng nướng
Right.
like a pizza. Like you don't cut it like
Yeah, you
into
don't
like
cut.
wedges.
Yeah, you fold it into like
Right,
a half moon, and you eat it like a sandwich
right.
or some sort, something like that. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, like it's not pizza. And I really don't like it when people translate it into English. But it's not right. And I think, you know what, just keep the name in Vietnamese. Maybe without the accent and stuff, because I don't know, maybe they don't know how to put that on the computer. But
Mm.
just keep the original names and like describe it. The description can be in English because like obviously people want to know what it's about before they order it. So like
Right.
that's cool. But keep the name in Vietnamese. Like pizza is not actually English. I think it's like
Italian.
Italian. Yeah.
And you know
Pasta is
what I noticed? You know
uh-huh.
what I just realized?
Hmm.
People are very lazy when it comes to like Asian or African cuisine.
Yeah.
Um, like they would translate like bánh xèo into English, but they would not do that if it's French, right? They would
Right.
not do that if it's French cuisine, if
Yeah.
it's um Italian cuisine. The
Right.
Italian, like you don't translate at all. You
Yeah.
just leave it there. If people don't understand it, they don't understand it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true. Yeah.
And if you know if you know um I don't know if you notice any pattern in here, but like Italian and French, um, Italy and France are very white countries,
Yeah.
mostly white people.
Yeah.
And I feel like if a country's um if if the population of a country is mostly white people,
Hmm.
usually the name of the dish is more respected and it will be left in that in the original form, right?
Yeah.
But if it's like something like exotic, quote unquote exotic, they
Hmm.
would kind of translate that into
Right.
English,
Yeah.
like with like a very quirky, very like, weird name, like Vietnamese pizza, something like that, which
Yeah.
is like the easiest way to piss off both
Uh-huh.
Vietnamese and
Hmm.
Italians
Hmm.
because it has nothing to do with pizza. It has nothing to do with pizza. It's A
Yeah.
fucking bánh tráng nướng.
Yeah, it's just bánh tráng nướng. Please keep it bánh tráng nướng. And people, you know what? People would have a hard time pronouncing it, and that's fine. Like,
That's fine. That's totally fine. Like
yeah, you
even
don't
if
have
okay, so bánh tráng nướng, for
right.
example, like I would not be mad if you called it grilled rice paper because that's what it is. That's literally what it is. Like I
Grilled
would not be
rice
mad about it,
paper.
right? Because that's literally what it is.
Yeah. Okay. I would not be happy, but I wouldn't be mad.
Right. I wouldn't be mad about it. I think it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
As long as you don't call it Vietnamese pizza,
Mhm.
I'd be fine. You can
Yeah.
call it grilled
Mhm. Do
grilled
you
rice
think
paper. You can call it bánh tráng
it's
nướng.
kind of
I
like
would
the
not.
same thing when the Koreans are mad at kimbap being called Korean sushi?
Oh yeah, like it's like honestly, I don't think sushi and kimbap have that much in common except the rice.
Except the rice and the seaweed. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
the filling is different. Like and the rice is also kind of different.
The rice is different. Right.
Yeah,
I think like if you do like Japanese, you add a little bit more sugar.
yeah. Sugar you add vinegar and salt, and for kimbap you add sesame oil and a little bit of salt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Exactly.
so that's
So
different. The filling is different.
the
Kimbap is
Japanese
much bigger.
is more sweet, right? It's a
Yeah,
bit more sweet,
yeah.
right? But like the feelings are like so different. Like
Mm.
I just cannot like I don't know, it's very different for me.
Yeah, or like some people have been called doenjang. If you, I don't know if you know what that is, but people call it like Korean miso. So I get like why the Koreans are mad at that sometimes. Uh, because I think like historically,
Yeah,
doenjang
they have beef.
it originated from Korea, and then the Japanese take
Oh, really?
and make miso. So it's less
Yeah.
intense and it's milder. So I might be
Yeah.
wrong. I might be wrong, but
I don't know about that, but like also the historical context, like
mhm,
Japan
right.
and Korea, they have like a lot of tension between them.
Yeah, it's true.
So you better not like call kimbap um like
Yeah,
Korean sushi because
right.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it's
Kimbap is
not the
Korean.
same thing. Don't call it if you just just don't make like both of them mad. Like just don't call Vietnamese bánh tráng and don't call bánh tráng nướng Vietnamese pizza.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so weird because like for example, like bánh xèo people call some people translate it as Vietnamese crab. Like I can like honestly I don't really think it has anything to do with crab.
It's
But like I can
round.
kind of understand. I can kind of understand it because I can kind of understand. But like Vietnamese pizza is that's
Mm,
too far. I think that's too far.
that's too
Right.
far. Yeah, yeah. Don't do that. Okay. That's the name. Let's do some like fun stuff, like underrated Vietnamese food, because I think pho is overrated. Like honestly, I'm not super big on pho. I've never actually liked it that much. It's okay. I
That's
don't hate it.
I
I
think
like it,
that's like
but
I
I
think
don't
that's
think it
controversial.
deserves. I don't think it deserved the hype that that it has right now. I liked it.
I
I think
completely
it's good.
disagree. I think it deserved it. I think there's a good reason why
Okay.
it is so popular.
Mm-hmm.
But at
Why?
the same time, I don't think it is um it's like so good that like is the only thing that comes into your mind when you think of
Mm,
Vietnamese food.
okay. Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
That's fair. I
Um,
still think it's overrated, but that's fair. People have
mhm.
opinions about food. Pho is okay. I don't hate it. I liked it, but maybe because I went vegan, so I lose a little bit of that kind of beefy flavor that is very essential to pho. So I
Mhm.
don't feel like it's something that I feel super passionate about.
Mhm.
Mhm. bún bò Huế is getting more popular in
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
And you know what?
I do see
She
that.
deserves it. Totally here for her. Love her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so
There's so much more in bún bò. It's like it's spicy,
I don't know. I'm not
more
on that. I
character.
think
I think it's
that's
better than pho.
debatable. I think
Mm,
that's debatable, but like,
I
yeah,
think it's
it's
better than
good. I think it's good. Yeah.
mm,
But let's talk about like food that people would not know, right? So before I get into the food, I think I should explain to you how Vietnamese food are like divided or categorized, right? So you have the food that you only eat at home, and usually it's gonna be paired with rice, right?
mhm.
And usually is these dishes would not be a meal on their own. And then you have the quote traditional um, traditional food, traditional dishes, where you find all the noodles, all the bánh, um, right? And then you have the street food, which um, is very popular and doesn't obey to any law of cooking. So there are a few dishes that I really want to highlight because they mean a lot to me. So first of all, we have soy mặn,
Oh,
which
yes.
is how do you describe that? It's sticky rice, and then you have um, pate on it. You have just a little pate, a bit of um, shrimp, like dry shrimp, um, and then you have um, maybe chả lụa,
Mm,
maybe a quail egg,
yeah.
maybe some onion oil, maybe some um, shredded pork or chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it maybe a bit of soy sauce. Um, yeah, maybe just some char siu, and then you eat it all together, and it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
I
it's
love
something that you would eat when you rush to school because it's
it.
so convenient.
I think
Right.
it's very filling too, because sticky rice is more filling than regular rice. So you only
Yeah.
need like a small portion of it and you will feel fine. You don't have to eat a massive portion and take your
Hmm.
time with it. So I love it for that reason.
Yeah, and there are like a lot of like different kind of soy in Vietnam, right? So in
Mhm.
the north you have soy sale.
Yeah.
In the south you may have like well, I don't know. I feel like soy mặn is like pretty ubiquitous. You can find it like all around Vietnam.
Mhm.
But you also have like soy yeah,
You have like
soy
sweet, like
sashimi.
all the sweet too, like the sweet stuff, like soy ngọt.
Yes,
Yeah, they put
yeah.
like
So you
sugar.
can either have like savory or
Mm,
sweet.
yeah.
But like usually I would have the savory one, which is like soy
Same.
mặn, because I don't know, like the sweet soy is just kind of boring to me.
Yeah, I think because it's served at every single family gathering, and like whenever it's
Yeah,
served,
I
it's,
guess.
there's so much of the sweet sticky rice, and I just get very sick of it. So I like the savory ones more.
Right.
Yeah. Also, we need to talk about hủ tiếu because we have
Oh
like a
my God.
story. We have a
We have like
story.
this obsession
Yeah.
that's borderline unhealthy with hủ tiếu.
Yeah.
So basically, hủ tiếu is the name of the noodles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, this kind of noodle. And it's made in the south of Vietnam. So
Mm-hmm.
if you come to say Hanoi, do
Mm-hmm.
not order hủ tiếu. Do
Right.
not even bother finding like hủ tiếu there. Like I don't
Yeah.
think that you should do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's
But if you come to the south, like maybe yeah, they try hotu.
yeah.
And just
So
like
good.
other kind of like noodles you have is it is an umbrella term. So you
Mm-hmm.
have a lot of kinds of hotu. The most like um
Popular?
I think my favorite and the most popular kind of hotu is hotu nam vang, which
Oh
is
my
like
God.
so fun to eat. And you have
Yeah,
like the normal version with like the broth, and then you have the dry version, right?
yeah,
Which
the
is
dry. The
which is
superior version.
yeah, like if you I think like that is way better because it's
Mm-hmm.
so fun to eat. It's so
Right.
fun.
Yeah, you can order it like regular style or like the dry style. So the dry one is basically, the same noodle, the whole deal, but they have some kind of sauce. Some places just use soy sauce. Some places have like their special sauce. It depends.
Yeah,
The
usually like
place with
some kind of
special,
special sauce.
yeah, the place with special sauce are like legit. Like that's the good stuff. And then, it's the same topping, but you will not miss out on the broth because they will bring like a little bowl of broth for you for if you want to like, take a little bit of broth at a time. You don't want to drown your noodles in the broth. That's there you go. There your tiny little bowl of broth. It's like the best of both worlds. And it's so good.
Exactly. It's so good.
It's so good. And
And
like
then you also have
what? Keep going.
like like I think like the process of eating hojinan
Mhm.
bang is like so fascinating.
Yeah.
Like you have to prepare like the sauce, right? So
Mhm.
you're gonna add like garlic, chilies, and hoisin sauce or chili sauce, maybe a bit of satay. Things
Yeah.
everything you mix it, and it's really fun to eat. And then you
Mhm.
have the a lot of herbs
Yeah.
and vegetables,
Mhm.
and then you have like different kinds of meat. So you have liver, you have a quail leg, you have a shrimp. You usually have some kind of um, ground meat.
Mm,
Um,
yeah. There's like a lot of toppings. It's really fun.
there's a lot. Like it's so fun to eat. Like you
Yeah,
have
I also think
everything.
like hodo is great because it's one of the few dishes that I don't feel like it lose something when when we have the vegan version.
Right, because
I
like
think it's
like for
as
me,
good.
the most important thing is like the whole thing itself.
Yeah,
Like the
right. The
noodle,
noodle. I
they're
like
like really important.
Yeah, it's not your regular rice noodle. I think it's made with like some kind of starch and mung
Yeah,
bean.
and it's I don't know because like it's so it's I'm not gonna say like it's the best noodles
Mm-hmm.
out there,
Okay.
but it's so special.
It's very special.
And if you just do one thing wrong, like
Mm-hmm.
the whole thing is
Yeah.
like ruined. Like
I
even though
think
you have
it's
like perfect broth, but
yeah.
if you have you if the noodles um have passed al dente, like it's not gonna
Yeah.
taste great.
Yeah. Hotel is like very easy to overdo it and it become mushy. But it's weird because there's a sweet spot, right? If you have not reached that sweet spot yet, it would be like chewy and chalky. But once
Cannot
you
eat it.
like just get past the sweet spot, it will be like mushy and like just falling apart. So it's hard to get it right.
Yeah.
But when you get it right, oh my God, it is so good.
It's
And
all about the noodles.
it's about the noodles, guys. And like I have not I have not found the package dry wholesale here in America yet. I see the fresh kind in the refrigerated section in like the Vietnamese store back when I was in Cali, but the Asian market here doesn't have it, so I have not found it. haven't had hủ tiếu in so long, and I love it so much. And we have a story. We there's a vegan place that does really good hủ tiếu, and we go there every single time. Well, most of the time after we have our coffee, we will go there for dinner, and we go there so often, and we never change our order. That the people work there just know. Just by the time we walk into the restaurant, they were like, they wouldn't even hand us the menu. Like they know. They just go into the back and
Right.
like the menu.
Yeah, we are the regulars.
Yeah. We haven't
Okay,
been
but like,
so long though.
yeah,
Yeah.
me either.
Yeah.
But like that is just one kind of hủ tiếu, right?
Yeah.
So we have so we have hủ tiếu Nam Vang, hủ tiếu bò kho, which is bò kho, but you eat with hủ tiếu, which is like the best of both worlds.
It's so good.
You have hủ tiếu gõ.
Yeah.
And
a
hủ tiếu
lot.
satay.
Yeah.
There's so many kinds of hủ tiếu.
It's really good. What else do we have that is underrated? Like a lot. Bánh canh is underrated.
Nice.
It's really good. Bánh canh is like a kind of spicy reddish crab broth. But there's like liver. No, there's no liver. There's like blood. What is it? What is it called? Hui?
I don't know, hui?
Yeah, the blood cake. If you think about blood pudding, as in like English breakfast, it's kind of like the same thing, but a little bit different. It's like it looks like a jelly. It's more like a jelly. That's okay. It sounds gross, but I promise.
I know it sounds gross, but
it's good in this dish. And like the noodle. The noodle is special. I think it's made with like tapioca starch and rice noodle and rice flour. So the texture is very special, and like usually noodles are cooked separately, but in this dish it's in the broth also. So
yeah, because it doesn't get soggy.
Yeah, it doesn't get soggy, and the starch thicken the broth, so it's kind of like it's not a broth. It feels more like a stew.
Right.
Yeah, it's thicker. It's
It
really
has a lot of starch, and I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
I think, just a disclaimer, Bánh canh is the name of the noodles. Like, but Bánh canh cua has nothing to do with the normal bánh canh.
Yeah,
like absolutely nothing.
Not all bánh canh is created equal.
Yes, absolutely. Bánh canh cua is like the queen bee of all bánh canh, right?
Yeah, the other types of bánh canh is kind of like meh, like just whatever. I don't really care for it.
I don't care for it. I think it's just like the most confusing kind of noodles in Vietnam.
It's kind of like hủ tiếu, but not as good. Yeah.
I think like comparing it to hủ tiếu is just like insulting hủ tiếu. I think like bánh canh is like very confusing because you cannot eat it with. It's very hard to eat bánh canh with a spoon, but also very hard to eat it with chopstick.
Yeah, because it's so slippery. It just falls right off.
What is this? Like, what is this? Like,
yeah.
Like,
but don't you worry. Don't you worry, we have bánh canh and it's the only kind of bánh canh that I eat. No, not anymore though, because I don't think it can be made vegan.
I have had a vegan bánh canh, but it's not like super good. It's fine. It's just fine.
It's okay. I'm content with the vegan hủ tiếu we have. It's good. I can just eat that for life. Mì Quảng is kind of, I would say it's kind of underrated, though I don't love it that much.
I hate it.
Oh, you hate it?
Like, I think it's just so weird. Like,
I don't really care.
As a Vietnamese, I think it's very weird because like it's noodles, so I would expect like more broth, right?
Right.
But mee it has like very little broth.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I don't like the texture of the noodles. I think it's too heavy. I think it's too much. It's
Okay.
like
You hate it. I don't
a
really
lot.
care for it. I feel like the broth is just too rich and there's too little of it. And like
Too
it's not
rich.
like a sauce when it's rich and it's supposed to be too little, right? But it's like a broth and it's like it's not there yet. I don't know. I feel like there's something always missing with Mei Wang.
Yeah, I I don't know, it just looks weird to me.
Yeah, okay, might not
Um,
really like it, but like the best part about Mei Wang is like the crispy bánh. There's a crispy
yeah,
rice paper that you can dip into the broth. I think that's good. That's smart. That saves the dish. So
yeah, I like it. Or like the shrimp, because it's not like just um any kind of shrimp. Like people, I think they braise it.
mm,
It's a sauce, so
mm,
the shrimp is good.
yeah, yeah.
But the rest is just like I really hate noodles.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What else?
Soup,
Oh, we have like
yeah.
soup, which is like it literally means crab soup.
Hmm.
And it's very similar to um the sour soup that you
Oh,
can
the
have.
Chinese sweet and sour, hot and
Yes,
sour soup.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. The
It's
texture is similar, but
the
it's not
texture is very
sour.
similar, but it's not sour, and
It's
it's
not sour.
not like yeah, the flavor is very different,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the texture is similar.
Yeah. I
And of
really
course,
like.
you have a lot of crab in it because it's called crab soup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Crab with a B, obviously. Um, uh, and this is one of the few dishes where you cannot have this without coriander. Or not coriander,
Cilantro.
how to say that? Cilantro.
Yeah,
Yes. Like if you don't have cilantro in this dish, I would not eat it.
yeah.
If you have, and I really hate when people put um
Scallion.
onion in this. Yes,
Yeah.
scallion on this. And like this is just my mom because she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't uh know how to enjoy the proper way, I guess. Um and I think the I don't know why, but cilantro goes so well with this dish.
Yeah.
And also you have cilantro, you have a bit of chili, you have a
Mm.
bit of soy sauce, you have a bit of sesame oil, and you mix everything together with the
Yes,
sauce, with the soup, and then you eat it. It's so
it's
good.
so good.
The
It's the best.
smell will permeate the entire room.
Yeah, the
And
sesame
I really
oil
want
really makes it. Like that's important. If you don't have that, like you're not having it right.
it.
And also, jiaolong is so good. Or just like what is it? The fried donut, the fried dough with jiao.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I love it. Like the
Yeah,
fried dough, the
I don't
crispy
know what. Like I
deep
don't know how to
fry.
call it. I'll just call it 小white. I don't know
Yeah.
how to make it easier for English speakers to understand, but it's I
So
think we
imagine a
have
donut, but savory and lighter. So it's a
yeah, very fluffy.
yeah, yeah, very fluffy. It's a kind of like a deep fried dough, and
Mm,
you have it with porridge or rice porridge, and it's really good.
yeah.
It's so good. But my
Yellow
mom
is
never let me have it though. My mom, it's like, oh my God, it's so unhealthy. It's like they deep fry it in these oils. Like it's not healthy for you. I'm
yeah,
like,
I think that's like so mom, that's so Vietnamese mom.
such
It's
a mom
like
thing.
my mom.
Like I'm like,
So
mom, we're
I
gonna
think there
die eating.
are
Yeah,
there are like some things a Vietnamese mom would do when it
yeah,
comes to
yeah.
food. So first of all, like when it comes to pho, they would not order thigh.
Right. They would not order
They would
that.
order they would not order that because like ew, the bacteria.
Yeah, yeah. I
like
mean,
they
fair
will not
enough.
let you have like jiao. They will not jiao wai. They will not let you have jiao wai.
Right, because it's fried, deep fried. They think it's unhealthy. Though we're gonna die anyway, so let me just have. I just want my
Yes,
white.
mhm.
Like I
And I
don't
think
care.
jiao goes so well with jiao long,
Yeah,
um,
it's
which
really
is which means um intestine porridge. So it's
yeah. It sounds
rice porridge
gross.
with a lot of intestines. So you have silver, not silver, liver. You have
Liver.
the heart and like everything.
Yeah, stomach. Yeah. It's really good though. It sounds gross, but I promise it's good. Well, though
Yeah,
I
it does not look very appealing because like the porridge will have the sort of gray brown color.
yeah, it looks kind of gray, but it's good.
Yeah,
I don't think that can be made vegan. Like there's no way that can be made vegan. But
I actually have had that vegan.
oh,
Uh,
was it the
Um,
same?
was it's actually it's pretty fine to me. I think it's acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Okay.
it's way lighter and it
Okay.
doesn't have the um funky flavor.
Okay.
It just it just tastes very vegan.
Okay. Got
I
you.
don't know how to
But
describe it. It
I
just
think
tastes
like
vegan. It tastes
any
light. It tastes healthy.
yeah, but I think any kind of rice porridge benefit from like the crispy white. You just dip it in like pretty much any kind of porridge and it would taste good. There you go. We love that. Or jiaowei with soy milk. Uh like in like a cold day in Dalat is just great. Oh God. I just love that stuff. I mean I think is there anything else?
I don't know. There are just so many Vietnamese dishes that we want to introduce to the world, but
Yeah, I think that's
like
about it.
bánh xèo, I think bánh xèo is really good.
Yeah, Bánh sounds really good. Bánh sounds really good.
It's
Yeah.
basically um a crab, quote unquote, but you have a filling inside,
Mm-hmm.
and it's eat it with a bunch of herbs.
Yeah, and like
Made
nước mắm.
with yeah,
Yeah, it's really good.
uh,
It's
very good.
good vegan too.
Yes,
Um,
it's like it's very easy to veganize
yeah, like
because
every
like
time.
there's not a lot of meat
Yeah,
in that dish.
yeah. Every time we go to my grandma's house, my grandma's always make bánh xèo chay, which is like vegan bánh xèo. And the special thing is that she doesn't use rice flour. She soak rice overnight and make the batter from that freshly soaked rice. So I don't know what it is about that, but the pancit comes out much crispier. Like it's so crispier and the texture is much nicer. So love my grandma for that. Um, but I yeah, I love pancit. I it's very popular, I think. And also
Yeah.
like the summer rolls or spring rolls are also very popular for a good reason. I love them.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about it. I think that's about it for this episode.
Yeah, we might need like more than just one episode to talk about Vietnamese food.
Hmm.
Like honestly, I could just have a podcast about Vietnamese food
Right,
and I
right.
would never run out content.
Like how we usually run out of content on about the topics we want to talk in this podcast. But
Okay, so
yeah.
that's it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hmm.
Let me know in the comment section like what you think is problematic about the way Vietnamese culture, Vietnamese cuisine in particular, is represented in the West, right?
Yeah,
And especially in the US because like
right.
because
Yeah.
I think
Because
Vietnamese
the
food
Americans are
has
pretty loud.
I feel like Vietnamese food has become like more and more known and
Yeah,
popular.
yeah. For a good reason. And I'm here for it. But yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you for listening and see you next time. Bye.